Right, okay, here we are in sunny Leeds. It's bright and early, wintry morning, a little bit cold, a little bit damp, but Scott, this is what it's all about in the winter, you know, getting out there and doing it.
This is Leeds.
So this week we're going to have a look at short game.
Yeah, first thing I'd look at is the contact with the ball, see how your ball striking is. And then I'd look at a few technical areas, say your plane of swing, where your ball start line is. And then the shots we'd go into would be, I like my players to have a lot of variation, so they can play a few different shots. Maybe it's high, maybe it's low, and for the certain type of condition, maybe it's a bit damp and raining, we want to punch one in low, or on a summer's day where we need a bit more of a flighted shot to carry something, no wind. We've got the kind of tools that we can do that. So adding variation to short game is keys for me.
So that's quite a common problem that I've had a little bit recently with hitting them a bit chunky, taking loads of turf, and that happening. It really frustrates me. Why is that happening, and how can I stop it?
The first thing I saw was the ball position was way too far back.
Right.
Stance. You had the ball kind of nearly outside your right foot.
Right.
And that's going to cause kind of too much of a kind of steep angle, handle leading and leading edge digging really.
Yeah.
So instantly I'd want the ball more forward.
Right.
And this will take away the shaft lean.
Yeah.
And this will introduce the bounce of the club.
Okay.
So when we've got the bounce of the club, James, we can now we get more of a skidding effect.
Right.
So
okay.
we can get the ball rolling up the face.
Right.
Get the distance required.
Yeah.
That one that's gone 5 yards is there's so much grass trapped between you and the ball that there's nothing for the ball to go.
Yeah. So ball position more central.
Yeah, more central. So the handle, if you take your grip, the handle's not kind of in this position. Right. So you're not promoting that kind of action. Handle more here. Yeah. Okay, now I'm just make some swings and just feel like you're skimming the club. That's it. So instantly now you see the angle that you're coming in. Right. Good shot. The secret to this shot is, like you said, when you mentioned it, not to quit. Yeah. I see a lot of club golfers long back swings and then come to a stop. Keep the speed consistent through the shot. Yeah, and use the loft now. So now you're going to require maybe a little bit more arm swing. Yeah. Okay. And a little tip on the way through. Try and feel that the club is going more that way than that way. Rather than that way, so much straighter rather than around the body. Yes. Okay, let's give it a try. I think that's very good. So what would you sort of summarise as some of the key points really when it comes to chipping that I've really got to sort of make sure I take out onto the course? Yeah, I think assess the shot, see where your landing spot is. That's key to my players. I get them to kind of not on the golf course, not focus too much on technique, not focus too much on how my action should be. That should be done in your practice sessions. You should have done enough of that to kind of go out on the golf course and be confident of your technique. Yeah. What we try and do on the golf course is kind of work out your landing spots. Where's the first bounce going to be? What's the green? How's the green going to manoeuvre the ball? Yeah. And just trust it. I see lots of players on the golf course panicking in situations. Yeah. Not having a kind of formula to go to. And I think the key is practice. Yeah. I think golfers, club golfers especially, need to spend more time short game. It's probably the one thing that could maybe have the biggest impact on my overall scoring is the short game. So I'm going to go and put some hard practice in on that and see how we get on.